Okay, by overwhelming popular demand, we're going to start with Pat Menu 2. As always, please back up your system before you start playing with any kind of beta software. But let's go ahead and dive into it. You're looking at my terminal window here. Now you'll notice I've already got Pat Menu 2 installed. I want to show you guys how to uninstall it in case you don't know. And this would be in your root directory, or I'm sorry, in your home directory rather. So what we want to do to get rid of that is we're just going to do rm-rf pat menu 2. Now be careful here, don't accidentally enter pat menu or you're going to delete your original software. So make sure you get the numeral 2 at the end. That'll go ahead and clear it off the system. If we list that out again, you'll see now that I only have Pat Menu. So make sure you are in your home directory. If you're uncertain, CD and return will take you to your home directory. Let's go ahead and use a wget command, and I'm going to paste in this link. Now don't try to read necessarily what's on the screen right here. Use the link that's in the Patreon post. As things progress with this, if there's any bugs and we got to make updates, I will re-upload this, and this link is going to change. So use the wget command and copy the link from the Patreon post. Okay, now that that's downloaded, we'll clear the screen, list that out. You'll see the new zip file right here. Let's run unzip patmenu2.zip. Go ahead and press return. And let's get rid of that zip file, so we'll run rm space patmenu2.zip. Okay, now let's go ahead and move to the Pat Menu 2 directory. So cd space patmenu2, and then let's use sudo copy patmenu2.desktop. And we're going to copy that to /usr/share/applications. And we'll go ahead and press return. And that's it. You've got the software installed. Now let me cover a few things that's new in the software. So I'll go ahead and just close out of the terminal window. We'll come up to our main Pi directory. Come down to ham radio, and you should see a new Pat Menu logo with the the little menu symbol that we've created for the new version. So go ahead and click on that. Now the first thing you're going to get is a warning that you haven't set your call sign. We need to go into configurations and take care of that. We'll choose OK. Right here at the bottom is your settings and configuration files. So let's go ahead and open that, and then choose current config settings. I'll give it my call sign. I want to use the USA map. Rig control I want to use. After that, you need to change your HF mode, your 2-meter mode, and what port you want to use for Pat. If you don't know about this, go look at your config file for Pat Menu. It's in the Pat Menu directory, and you can look at the config file and see what your port is set to. I'm going to change this to Packet FM. Okay, and we'll choose Update. Now, a new feature, well, this was available in the old version, but it was quite a bit more complicated. We can actually save these configuration files. So if we just say create new config, it's going to load up a lot of what we already have. I do want to change rig control to equal yes again and say create. And I'm going to call this my 857 rig, since that's what I am currently working on right now. We'll say OK, and it tells you that the config file has been created. It has not been loaded. I'll show you guys how to load those right now. If we click Load Config File, then you can choose which config file you want to load. So if I loaded up the default again and went back and checked my current config settings, you'll notice everything has gone back to the original state. And this just gives people a way to go back should they really mess up their config file. So I'm actually going to go ahead and load that 857 config file that I created. And now if we take a look at the current settings, you'll see that everything is correct for the way I've set it. So let's go ahead and go back to the main menu. Now, for the most part, I'm just going to let you guys explore most of this. The one thing I do want to show you guys is in the Find WinLink Gateways. So I'm going to click on that. When I click Search for Gateway, it's going to give me an error because I have not downloaded the lists yet, but it does give you the opportunity to download. So if you haven't downloaded these gateway lists, you can click Download Now. Now this does take about 30 seconds to get downloaded, but once it's finished up, it's going to return us back to the main menu. Okay, once it returns us to the main menu, we can click Search for a Gateway. You can give it the grid that you want to search and the band that you want to search. So we'll just use 40 meters and say Search RDOP. It'll load in a list of the RDOP stations that are in that grid on the particular band that you chose. Now here's a really cool new feature. We can just click one of these and click Add Alias. When we do that, we'll get a pop-up box that tells us the alias has been added to our list. Now if you open your PAT mailbox, you'll be able to just go in and on your Connect screen choose the new alias that we added. We've got the same options for Search Packet. Now Search Packet takes about another 15 to 20 seconds to load up, so I'm not going to do that, but that is also available there. Let's go ahead and click Cancel for now. Now a bit more information that you'll have on the Find Gateways. You see this auto list download? Right here in bold, whatever this is what time the auto list has been set to download. If you want to change this time or yours does not have the time, if the time's not listed here, it means you've never set the list up to auto download. So we can click that, we can choose the time. I'll just change it to 6 o'clock and I'll hit update and it'll tell you that it's going to download every day at 6. And then this changes to update at 6 a.m. Here as well. And right below that, it tells you the last time the list was downloaded. So mine was downloaded just a minute ago at 7:56, and that's where I ran the auto download here. So that was the last time mine was updated. But if you set the auto download, then it takes care of it for you in the background. And when you open this up, you would have the information for the last time it was downloaded. Okay, and then PAT Catalog is where we can go in and make some requests for various reports. Once you request one of these reports, it's put over in your outbox. You need to complete a PAT connection to send it out. You'll have to wait about 5 minutes, make another WinLink connection, and whatever report you've requested should be delivered back to your inbox. And the last thing I want to cover here is the Manage PAT WinLink. This gives you an option to log in and log out of PAT WinLink itself. So maybe you're in some sort of situation like field day where you want to allow another operator to log in and use your radio and your Pi. Then you could log him in with his own WinLink information here. We also have the option to back up and restore our emails. I learned this lesson back in February during the off-grid exercise that I did over in the mountains. Another new feature that I have is the ability to back up and or restore our PAT config files. So these are the files. Let me just open a terminal real quick. If you type pat configure, you are presented with this screen here. Now this is the file that you would use if you wanted to manually add aliases down through here. If you've ever needed to manually update your call sign, your password, or your grid. But we can actually do all of that right through the new pat menu, so we don't have to worry about it here. But that is a way. This backup and restore here is for that particular file. Now, the last thing I believe that I want to cover is delete alias. So if you have added an alias to your list, you can actually come in here and remove it. So I believe this is the one that I added just a minute ago. So if we highlight it and click delete alias, then it's been deleted from our shortcut list inside of our pat mailbox. Alright guys, there is a super quick look at the new pat menu. You guys take it, play with it, let me know if we've got any problems with it. Again, don't try to copy the links out of the video or read what's on the screen. Make sure you get the link, the latest download link from the Patreon post, and I'll put a note in that post as to when it was updated last. Alright guys, thanks as always. Greatly appreciate the help in beta testing this. We'll see you guys soon. 7-3.